How you doing, everyone? So the nights are drawing in. It's dark in the evenings and in the mornings now as well. Winter is fast approaching, so you're going to want to buy a new head torch, possibly for the winter, for your runs. So I've got 3 different head torches here, 3 different brands: Silva, Petzl and Fenix. And I've been out testing them in the dark, running through the trees, woods, pitch black conditions, and I've definitely come up with some opinions on which ones are more comfortable to use, which ones have got better types of light. There's definitely differences in each of these head torches. Some of them do better on one thing and not so good on the other, so I'll point out the differences. So let's have a look. So we've got the Silva Free 1200 XS, we've got the Petzl Nao RL, and we've got the Fenix, I can never remember this one, Fenix HM65R-DT. So, blimey, what a name. Could you not come up with anything short of Fenix? Right, let's dive in. Straight away, I'm just going to touch on the boxes. So the boxes, Silva and Petzl using cardboard boxes, so well done to you guys, that's good going. Fenix, you're using a plastic box, you don't need to use plastic this day and age. Could you just swap over to cardboard? That would be good. So, let's have a look. We'll start off with comfort. So how comfortable are each of these head torches on your head? Definitely got an order here. So we've got the Petzl Nao RL. Goes on your head just like that. Some bungee cord, bits of elasticated bungee cord. Big plus point on this particular one is the fact that the weight is distributed over the back and the front, so that's really good. Super comfortable on your head, easy to adjust. At the back here, you just flick this up, pull the cord and flick that down, and it adjusts to the size of your head. It's very easy to adjust the angle of the beam as well. So really good. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a hat or if you're not wearing a hat. Comfortable to wear with a hat and without a hat. I wouldn't normally mention that, but there's one particular torch here which there's a big reason why you have to wear a hat. So very comfortable and yeah, comfy on your head. Fenix. So again, very comfortable on your head. Uses a broader band just around here. They're using what they call a boa system, which you just twist this and it adjusts these 2 cables at the side there. Simple to adjust. Very comfortable again on your head. Weight is all at the front, so a little top heavy compared to the Fenix where the weight was spread a bit better, but comfortable on your head, and again very easy to adjust where the beam's going to go. Again, doesn't matter if you're wearing a hat or if you're not wearing a hat, still just as comfortable. Now we move on to the Silva. Silva. Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's as simple as that. It's not comfortable on your head. It's fine if you've got a hat on. And I'll show you why in a moment. But first of all, it's got a big battery at the back, and the weight is kind of spread, but there's more weight at the back than the front. It's unevenly weighted. Yeah, it's easy to adjust this bit for the beam. Probably the simplest out of the lot. Nice and simple to adjust where the beam is going to go. It's the heaviest of the lot, so the weight wise, we've got 144 grams Petzl, 144 grams for the Fenix, and it is, remind myself, 228 grams for the Silva. So that's the heaviest. The reason it's not very comfortable, if I take this off, see, it doesn't even want to come off. On the back of this strap, they've got this sticky bit, wraps all the way around there and there, which sticks to things like a glass head really well. When you put it in your hair, my God, it's like ripping your hair out your head. It's not comfortable. Why on earth they've got that on there, I do not know. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It's not. Also, yep, it's got big hard plastic bits at the back and at the front. They do have foamy cushion bits here and just here, meaning the contact with your head is nicely cushioned. But the foam doesn't go around the edges, and the edges are really hard plastic and a little bit sharp, especially at the front. This is, that's a sharp edge. So putting it on and off, you can, like me just holding that like that, that's sharp plastic. That's not comfortable. So, and the adjustment on this as well, it's more of a faff. You got to feed it through, pull it across. It's not as simple as the Fenix or the Petzl. So the Silva definitely does not win when it comes to comfort. So let's take a look at some of the footage from the Fenix. Starting off with some of the warm semi-spot light, which is definitely a more yellowy light. As you run through the actual spotlight itself, each time it gets brighter, it gets whiter. And you can see with the footage, yeah, definitely from here on in, it's got a very distinct spotlight as such, with a very circular dark areas right the way around it, which some people might like. I'm not the biggest fan of the actual spotlight. I prefer a bit of a spread. The light itself's really good and bright where you're pointing, but I'm not overly keen on the dark areas on the side. I just don't like to see a face appearing from the middle of nowhere. So if you could do me a favour, please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. It really does help the channel out with all the analytics, the YouTube algorithms. It's a complicated world with YouTube, but any help I can get by people subscribing to the channel is great for me, and hopefully you enjoy the content. Moving on to some of the Silva footage, let's have a look. So shorter footage with Silva because it's got less settings, but with the Silva head torch I really do like the light it gives off. It's a really nice spread, it's a nice light to run with, makes everything I need to see, I can see. So the light I really do like. So moving on to the Petzl footage. So with the Petzl, yeah, I really like, again, the light it gives off, like the spread. Doesn't have that circular spotlight. And I really do like using the reactive mode. The fact it can change and adapt to what you look at is a definite bonus. So the Petzl Nao, I've already done a detailed YouTube video on it. I did that when the unit came out at the beginning of the year, the end of last year. So check out that video just up here. The other ones I will do detailed videos specifically to those, but this video is more of the differences between the three. Okay, so let's touch on the price, how much these units cost. So most expensive is the Petzl Nao, that is £153, so that's a good chunk of money. You do get a super nice head torch for that money, loads of nice features, but your price £153. Next one is the Silva, which is £139.99, so that's the mid-priced one. That's the price of that. Fenex is £114.95, so the least expensive, so good value for the Fenex. Okay, let's go for ease of use. How easy is it to use the light settings when you're out and about? So let's start with the Petzl. Petzl, the button is underneath. So you press once, turns it on, so that's on low. Press it again, medium. Press it again, that's on high. Press it again, turns it off. So the Petzl has two different modes. It's got standard mode and reactive mode. So the standard mode, if you've got it, for instance, on medium setting, it's going to be on 250 lumens. No matter what you do, where you look, it's just going to be a constant 250 lumens. Whereas if you put it on reactive, let me remind myself, so reactive is going to range between 30 and 550 lumens. So that basically means when you're looking at something close up, the beam is going to adjust differently to when you look at something further away. Automatically adjusts, and the beam, the brightness, the amount of lumens it uses adjusts to where you're looking, which is actually a really good feature. I do really like that. To change between the standard and the reactive, turn it on. Okay, that's you on one mode. Press and hold. That's now changed to the other mode. So that's low, medium, high. Press it again. That's it off. So simple-ish to use. The only thing with that is I have found on occasion I'm not been overly sure when I'm out. Is that on reactive mode? Is that on standard mode? Which one is it actually on? Sometimes it's really obvious because you just move your head and the beam totally changes. And you go, okay, I'm definitely in reactive mode. Other times, depending on where you are, you're just a little bit unsure. So it is simple to use, but on occasion, for me at least, it has been slightly confusing. Moving on to the Fenex. So the Fenex, you got two buttons at the top here, and you got two different lights. So you've got a spotlight, and you've got what they call a semi-spotlight. The semi-spotlight is it's a warmer light. The reason they use a warmer light is so when you're going through fog or cloud, it's better than having a bright light. It works better. So to go through the modes, it's nice and simple. Press and hold. That's the spotlight. That's on one low setting. Press it again, medium. Press it again. That's it on high. Press it again. So it keeps toggling through. So to turn it off, you have to press and hold. Same with the semi-spotlight, which is the warm one. Press and hold. It's on low, medium, and high. Press and hold to turn it off. You can use these together as well. So that's the way to get the maximum lumens out the Fenex, is to have the spotlight on high and then turn the semi-spotlight 1, 2, 3. That's on high. So that's now doing 1500 lumens with a combination of the bright white light and the warm light as well. And if we check on some of the video footage shortly, you'll see the difference. It's a very distinct difference. So turn these off, press and hold, press and hold. Simple to use, can't really go wrong. Even me with my confused brain being out in the dark sometimes, I'm not getting confused. That's simple. Silva, over here you've got, just on this side, press and hold it, turns it on to its brightest setting. So that's on high. So that starts on high, the other two start on low, medium, high. This goes from high, medium, low. So that's 1, medium, press again, that's it on low. And if you just keep toggling through, it keeps toggling through. You're going to press and hold to turn it off. That's the simplest because there's only one kind of option there. These ones, you've got the two options, still nice and simple, but there's only 3 options, so less to go wrong. Nice and simple, very easy to use. Still very easy to use, but you have more options, so that does complicate it slightly, but not really. It's still super simple. Petzl, yeah, not quite as easy as the other two. Not for me. Maybe it is for most folk out there, but I get slightly confused sometimes. So another thing to think on with head torches is packability. So I've been out with these 3 head torches numerous occasions, and I've been using a race belt, just a belt, and 2 of the 3 pack into the little pockets very easily. The third one I had to carry because it just doesn't pack down that small. Be the same with the race vest. The 2 are going to take up less space than the other. So you probably guessed already, but the Petzl and the Fenex pack up nice and small. I can squeeze them into a pocket. The Silva, because of the bigger, bulkier battery and hard plastic bits, doesn't really pack away as small. So that's something else to think on. So as a summary, so I'll leave you with a bit of side-by-side comparison videos that you're looking at just now on different settings. But if you were to ask me which of these head torches to go for, I'd say if you could afford it, I'd go for the Petzl. I really like the reactive mode. It's got a really nice light, nice and bright. Battery-wise, they're all okay. Look at the stats on the chart at the end. If you can't afford the Petzl, I'd go for the Fenex. It's good value. It's got a really good light. I just have to get used to the spotlight, which I'm not used to at the moment. But if I wasn't going to go for the Petzl, I would go for the Fenex. Value and light is good. As I say, spotlight, I need to get used to. Silva, I really do like the easy use, and I really do like the beam, the light it produces. It's just not comfortable. That's why I wouldn't go for that one.